Another case here, when I have quadratic equation, okay, the power here is 2. Okay, when the power is 1, I used to have a line, straight line. Okay, the line maybe looks like this. Okay, maybe looks like this, but it was always a line, right? But now when you have, power is 2, then the curve will be different. Okay, will be a parabola. We'll see how it looks like. It looks like a bell shape. So as usual, we assume some values of x to calculate y. So let's do that first. Okay, if x is 0, for example, what will be the value of y? Put 0 here. 2. If x equal to 1, just put 1 here. So in this case, y will be equal to 3. Put x equal to
6.
2 square will be 4, so 4 plus 2 will be 6. In fact, let us make some values of x that are negative. Okay, if x equal to minus 1 here, when you square it, become 1, and 1 plus 2 also give you 3. So that means that work for plus and minus. Same thing, this work for plus and minus. So that means I have actually 5 points. I actually have now 5 points that I can plot and get an idea about the curve, how does it look like. Okay? So if you plot the first one, 0 and 2, 0 will be here, x, and 2 will be up. So I have this point here, okay, that one. That's 0 and 2. Okay, so we did this one. Let's do that second one. When you have 1 and 3, it means you move 1 step to the right, and how many steps up? 1, 2, 3. 3 up. So you get this point here, right? Similarly, the second point here, when I have x is minus 1 and y is 3, that means you have minus 1 to the left, and y go up 3. Okay, so you have 1, 2, 3 as well. So you have this point here. So that's 3 points. Yes. The last one now here, if we have 2, x equal 2, which is almost here, and then y is 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, almost here. Okay, so you have this value here. Also, if you have x equal to minus 2, then the same thing will go up. You have a value of y equal to 6, which is almost here. Okay, so now you have 5 points connected. So you have 5 points, and you still need to connect them in order to finish, the graphing of this parabola. So this is the last step, is to connect all these points together. Okay, and remember, it's extending in both sides forever. So that's the curve at the end of the parabola. That's the graph of this equation. Someone is suggesting another question. X squared. You said x squared equal to y plus 2, right? Okay, so if x squared equal y plus 2, same thing. You still have to make a table of values x and y. Assume x, calculate y. Okay, you can assume x or you can assume y. You assume x as usual. What if x is 0? That means what? That means I have 0 equal to y plus 2, right? So y equal what? Y equal minus 2. Okay? Now what if x is 1? Then the 1 will be y plus 2, and that means y equal what? Minus 1. Minus 1. Okay? Now what if x is plus? We said it doesn't matter. This is plus or minus, it doesn't matter, right? Because when you square it, it will become 1 anyway. No difference. When you square this, x squared, the square of 1 is the same as the square of minus 1, right? So that's why it doesn't matter here in the x with plus or minus. The same answer always. Okay? Put plus or minus 2 here. Okay, let's just make this same color. Plus or minus 2. Okay? That means what? When you square it, it will become what? Square plus or minus 2. What do you get? You get always squaring of 2. You get 4. So 4 is equal to y plus 2. And that means y is equal 2. Right? So you mean you have here, it means you have here 2. So we have 5 points here now, and you can graph them as well. See if the graph will be something different. It's similar, but will be different. Okay? So let's graph this. Okay, I have 0 and minus 2. In this case, 0 and minus 2. I'll come down here at minus 2, right? This is 0 and minus 2. And then I have 1 and minus 1. 1 and minus 1, which will be almost here. 1 positive and minus 1 down. And then minus 1 negative, but also minus 1 down. So I have this point and this point. Okay, so I have now these 3 points. When you have 2 or minus 2, y will be equal to 2. 1, 2. 2 steps here. That one here or that one here. Okay, so I have 4 points. I'll just make them a different color just to see, this, 5 points, 1 here and 4, 2 right, 2 left, so the total is 5. And now I need to connect them together, okay? So this will be the curve, which is slightly different from the previous one, okay? It went down instead of going up, okay? The previous curve was here, up. This one is down. So the curve is different. So anytime you change a little bit in the equation, you get a different graph. But the steps are the same. We connect the point if you have equation. Whenever you have an equation equal sign, 2 variables, x and y, okay, or even 1 variable, since I'm asking for graphing of equation, the equation also always a curve. Always a curve, it's not points. Okay? Whenever I ask you to graph. But if I ask you to graph 1 or 2 or 3 points, then you only graph the points. Okay? Equation, you always connect.
Find only points. Find forward.
Yeah, if I ask you to only graph 2, 3, 4 points, you only plot these points and stop. But graph, equation, then you have to connect.